There are 4 minutes remaining on all amendments to the Volcker substitute, and all amendments that have not been made to the Volcker substitute would not be recognized.
Mr. Chairman,
It's not in order. We can't hear. The committee is not in order. The committee is not in order. We can't hear a thing.
Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment at the desk. Mr. Chairman,
The committee will be in order. The chair's recognized.
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Chairman. Explain to me, under the rules of the House and under this debate, for amendments not able to be discussed within the next 240 seconds, what happens to those amendments? Do we have a chance to vote yes or no?
Under the House rule that we're operating under, the time expires for all purposes to amendments to the bill in 4 minutes. So any amendments that have not been offered with the time allocated by the rule that has been voted on by the House will not be offered.
Mr. Chairman,
Gentleman from New Jersey, the chairman of the subcommittee.
Mr. Chairman, further inquiry.
For what purpose does the gentleman from New Jersey, the subcommittee chairman?
Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous. I want to inquire of my colleague.
The committee will be in order.
Gentleman from New Jersey, from Missouri, if my colleague would agree to an additional hour of debate beyond the time permitted, so that members that have noticed amendments will have an opportunity to offer those amendments.
It is impossible for the chair to recognize any member for purposes of extending the debate. We are restricted by the rule that has been voted on by the House. The committee is not authorized to change the rule.
I yield to my colleague from Maryland for unanimous consent request.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks. I rise in strong opposition to weakening gun controls. We ought to be strengthening gun control laws in this country.
I yield to Ms. Collins for unanimous consent request.
The chair will recognize members for unanimous consent request.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks.
Without
Mr.
objection.
Chairman, I have an amendment to desk.
The clerk will report the amendment.
B05. B05. B05.
The gentleman is recognized for
Smith
5
amendment.
Mr.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman, before the amendment is read, I'd like to know if the amendment was one of those printed in the record prior to today.
The chair will so inquire. Gentleman from New Jersey, has your amendment been printed in the record?
It has been printed in the record, Mr. Chairman.
It is printed in the record. The clerk will read. You got a copy for it.
I want to know if it's printed in the record by Mr. Hughes, Mr. Chairman.
How do we do it?
Under the rule, it is not required that the sponsor of the amendment has it printed in the record.
I yield to my colleague from
Clerk will report the amendment.
An amendment offered by Mr. Hughes of New Jersey to the Volcker substitute. Section 102 of the matter proposed.
It is read.
Without objection.
I yield to my colleague from Florida.
Is there objection to suspension of the reading? An objection is heard. The clerk will read.
Section 102 of the matter proposed to be inserted is amended 1 in paragraph 7 by striking out and 2 in paragraph 8 by striking out the period at the end and inserting in lieu thereof and 3 by adding at the end the following. 9 by inserting after subsection added by paragraph.
Mr. Chairman, I renew my request. I ask my colleagues, in all fairness and rationality, we only have 3 minutes left, to give me an opportunity to explain why machine guns, should be banned. As to what sporting value machine guns have.
Serving the right to object.
The clerk will read.
Paragraph 8 of this section, the following. 1, except as provided in paragraph 2, it shall be unlawful.
A waiver of the reading of the amendment.
Is there
so
objection?
that I
Chairman, I
have to
object.
explain this amendment.
Mr. Chairman, I object.
An objection is heard. The clerk will read.
For any person to transfer or possess a machine gun. 2, this subsection shall not apply with respect to a transfer to.
My request for a waiver of the reading.
Mr. Chairman, I object.
Is there objection? Objection is heard. The clerk will read.
Why anybody would object to machine guns.
The clerk will read.
Or by or possession by or under the authority of the United States or any department or agency thereof, or a state or a department, agency, or political subdivision thereof. Or B, any lawful transfer or lawful possession of a machine gun that has lawfully possessed before the date this subsection takes effect. Section 110 of the matter proposed to be inserted is amended by adding at the end thereof the following. C, machine gun prohibition, Section 1029.
Committee do now rise.
Mr. Chairman, I demand a recorded vote.
Would be in order. The clerk will read.
Machine gun prohibition, Section 1029, shall take effect at the date of enactment of this act.
The gentleman from New Jersey move that the committee rise.
Point of order.
The gentleman from New Jersey, are you moving that the committee rise?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, I
The
demand a
gentleman from
recorded
New
vote.
Jersey is
That's my motion.
recognized.
I move that the committee do now rise.
Mr. Chairman.
Questions on the motion for the committee to rise? All in favor indicate by saying aye. All opposed? No. In the committee in the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Chairman, I demand a recorded vote. Chairman, I demand a recorded vote.
Requested. All in
On
favor
that, I
of a
demand a
vote,
record
rise.
vote, and pending that, I make a point of order
In the
that a
opinion of
quorum
the
is not
chair, a
present.
sufficient number are present. A recorded vote is ordered. Those in favor of the motion will vote to rise, will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. Members will record their votes by electronic device. All time has expired in consideration of the Hughes Amendment to the Volcker substitute. The gentleman from New Jersey.
Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request.
Gentleman's recognized.
I wonder if we can have some order. Mr. Chairman, I made the motion to rise so that I could get additional time from the Rules Committee to finish debate on a number of amendments that were noticed, have not been reached, and will not be heard. And that's unfortunate. It's an important matter. My unanimous consent request is that I have 5 minutes. My unanimous request.
The gentleman will state his
My unanimous consent request is that I have 5 minutes to explain this vote on machine gun bans.
Is there any
Reserving the
objection?
right to object. Reserving the right to object. Would the gentleman explain why he wants that 5 minutes to us?
So that we can explain what's pending before the House.
Is there any objection?
What's pending before the House is a
Would you
ban
give
on
me 5
machine
minutes?
guns.
Our side 5 minutes to
Objection
respond.
is heard. The question is on the adoption of the Hughes Amendment to the Volcker substitute. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. No. The ayes have it. The ayes have it.
Let go. Let go.
Mr. Chairman.
Let go. You got it.
The question before the committee is on the Volcker substitute as
I ask for
amended.
the ayes and nays.
The chair is bringing before the committee the adoption of the Volcker substitute as amended. All in favor of the Volcker substitute as amended indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed indicate by saying nay. No. The noes, in the opinion of the chair, the noes have it.
Mr. Chairman, on that, I ask for a record vote. Mr. Chairman, I ask for a record vote.
Is requested. A sufficient number of people have arisen. Those in favor of the question will indicate by saying aye. Those opposed will vote no. Members will record their vote by electronic device. The Volcker substitute as amended. The ayes are 286, the nays are 136. The Volcker substitute is agreed to. The question now is on the Judiciary Committee amendment as amended to the main bill. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. According to the rule, the committee rises.
Chairman.
The Committee of the Whole House of the State of the Union has under consideration Bill H.R. 4332 and pursuant to House Resolution 403, I report the bill back to the House with an amendment adopted in the Committee of the Whole.
The Whole House State of the Union reports committee has under consideration the Bill H.R. 433 pursuant to House Resolution 403 reports the bill back to the House with an amendment adopted in the Committee of the Whole under the rule. The previous question is ordered. Question is on the adoption amendment. Many in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Third reading of the bill. Question when it comes on engrossment. Third reading of the bill. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Third reading of the bill.
A bill to amend Chapter 44 relating to firearms of Title 18 United States Code and for other purposes.
What purpose does the gentleman from New York? The motion comes on passage.
I have a motion at the desk, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman opposed to the bill?
I am.
Gentleman qualifies. The clerk will read the motion.
Mr. Green moves to recommit the bill H.R. 4332 to the Committee on the Judiciary.
Without objection, the previous question is ordered. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Noes have it. Question comes in the passage of the bill. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no.
Mr.
The ayes
Speaker,
have it.
on that I request a recorded vote.
Gentlemen, I request a roll call.
Mr. Speaker, I request a roll call vote.
Gentlemen, request a roll call. Those in favor of taking this by the ayes and nays will kindly rise. More than the required amount having arisen, the ayes and nays are ordered. Those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. Voting will be by electronic device.